I want to quickly show you how to make a connection to PEX tubing using Viega press fittings. And I also want to just go over why you might want to use these. So after you make your clean 90-degree cut with your PEX tubing cutter, you just slip the fitting right on. But just a quick side note, if you're using Viega's Foster tubing, you're going to want to use the little tool, the deburring tool, to get the aluminum layer off. Because on PEX tubing, which is what Foster tubing is, there's a little layer on that you have to remove before you put the fitting on. So one thing I think is really cool about Viega fittings is that they're color coordinated to size. So yellow means that this is a 1/2 inch fitting, and orange means that it's a 1 inch fitting, and blue is a 3/4 inch fitting. 3/8 inch fittings are green, 1 1/4 inch fittings are brown, and then there's other green ones that are 1 1/2 inch and 2 inches. So if you're in a big project and you have a lot of fittings, all you have to do is look at the color and you know exactly what size it is. So once you have your right fitting size for the tube, you just put it on, and I just want to point out that these little holes are meant to see that the fitting is on completely. So to make the connection, if you have the battery powered press tool, just make sure you have the right jaw size on it and then make the connection. So I'm going to use this handheld press tool right here. It's 1/2 inch and yellow, as you can see it corresponds. These sometimes they're hard to take apart, and all you have to do is just pull. So you just put it perpendicular and then you make the press. So after it's completely squeezed and there's no more room to go, you just release it and then it's on nice and tight. So you can see the indent of the grooves after it's pressed. I think the biggest positive with Viega press fittings is that they're easy to install. Even easier than a crimp system, because when you put the Viega press on, it stays there. And when you're installing crimp, if you know from experience, the rings tend to slide, so that could be annoying. Another pro is that these are color coordinated, which I like. You might not need that, but if you show up to a big job site and something's leaking, you'll know right away what size you need to replace it. So I think the biggest downside with Viega press fittings is that these press tools can cost a few $100s, and you need one for each size. So this is a 1/2 inch, so you need to buy this, and you need to buy one for an inch size. And if you're using the battery powered tool, it's even more expensive. But compared to a crimp system, you need to buy those tools too, so it's not that much of a downside. If anyone has experience installing press fittings, I'd like to know them in the comment section. Just leave your comment below. Whether it's positive or negative, I'd like to know.